All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. This video is entitled, Black Men Are Tired of the Tough Guy Act. This destroyed the brotherhood. Okay, so when I was watching the first few minutes of this video, really this is programmed self-hatred. Okay, which is part of the curses that the Lord put upon us. All right, scriptures say that his eye should be evil toward his brother. Okay, so these are the post effects of slavery. Okay, this psychological trauma that our people still hold on to today. All right, this is why in this image you see on the right, okay, this is the worst case scenario for Jake here in America. All right, the only person that's missing in this image is the so-called black woman. All right. She should have a gun right in the back of his head too, okay? Because, hey, Jake is hated, man. Hated by Esau, the devil, the nations, all right? And even his own people, all right? So I want to get into that, okay? Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But again, this is all programmed self-hatred, the curses.
This video is a letter to all my brothers out there. The brothers that share the same skin complexion as me. All right, this video is to y'all, because I think the majority of us, we all have the same sentiment, but nobody's really talking about this one out loud. Nobody talks about how we are tired of the mugs. We're tired of mugging. We're tired of the looking tough. We're tired of the playing tough. We're tired of the gotta be with the shits all the time type of, rhetoric that's surrounded around us. It's like the unspoken thing when it got past us at a young age. You know what I mean? Got past us that this is where we fall in the social groups in school. We fall in these groups, and this group operates like this, kind of like gangs in prison. Like, all right, if you're gonna be a part of this gang, you know what I mean? This is how they operate. And from a young age, you're gonna you're gonna be attached to or be attracted to the group that looks like you, of course. And in that group came with certain things, that we never let go. So we're gonna get into some of that. But as you can see from this video right here, black men are tired of acting tough for no reason. All right. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, and all that good stuff, man. I'll catch y'all up on my life at the end of the video. So if you want to know about that, you can stay tuned till the end of the video, but we'll do that at the end. But go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff. To all my new viewers, I post every single day except for Saturdays. Sundays we do a scripture read. Without further ado, man, let's get into this.
Bro, us black men, bro, we gotta get it together. Like, why y'all always want to be acting so hard and so tough and like, damn, bro, like can't even walk into the store and say, what's going on, brother, you all right, without half you motherfuckers trying to grim and mean mug because you don't know a motherfucker. Like, all that tough shit, that shit's so weak and lame, bro. And I only see this shit with our race, for real. White people, they speak amongst each other all the time. Chinese people, they ching chong all the time. Arabs, they habibi all the time. And when it come to us brothers, you know what I'm saying, see another brother in public and stuff and just be like, what up, though, on some respect type stuff. Y'all want to look all hard and like, who pissed you off? I ain't do it, bro. Chill out, relax. You know what I'm saying? Step outside, go get some fresh air. Wake up, try it again. Because ain't nothing in life that bad to where you gotta be this whole tough ass mean asshole all the time, bro. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better.
When I say they did a number on us, they did a number on us. How are we ever gonna come together when we assume that we are each other's enemies?
Whoo, see? Hey, program self-hatred. Okay, let's get that. Because what he just said is all spiritual. These are the curses that the Lord put upon us. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. And it reads, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. His eye shall be evil towards his brother. You see? His eye shall be evil towards his brother. And like he said, they did a number on us. Okay, Jake would look at his own brother as the enemy. Okay, that's why there's so much black on black crime. All right, like he was talking about, you got Jake that don't know each other. You know, you're going to have niggas mean mugging you, plotting on you, hating on you. Okay, there's always some type of, friction, some type of confrontation when it's amongst Jake. And that's all the tribes. Okay, his eye shall be evil towards his brother. All right, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave. Right, and I have this pulled up in the chat as well. Okay, so it says Deuteronomy 28:54 is part of the curses that will come upon Israel for disobedience. You see, the context is a severe siege, famine, and societal collapse. The man that is tender among you and very delicate. This refers to a man who was once compassionate, gentle, prosperous, and accustomed to comfort. He was not naturally cruel, but the conditions of judgment become so severe that his character changes. Okay? Related precepts, right? His eye shall be evil towards his brother. An evil eye, right? An evil eye in scripture often signifies envy, selfishness, hostility, or unwillingness to share. All right, that's Jake. Let's go down. It says, let's go down to prophetic principle. Prophetic principle. The curse illustrates what happens when a society is under severe judgment. Brother turns against brother, right? Husband and wives become divided. Parents lose natural affection towards children. Self-preservation replaces love and unity. All right, all this is happening now amongst the tribes. The curses, right? All right, down here in the summary, it says Deuteronomy 28:54 describes a condition where extreme judgment causes even the most gentle and compassionate man to become selfish and hostile towards his own family. The evil eye represents the destruction of brotherly love. Okay, what was the title of that video? Okay, black men are tired of the tough guy act. This destroyed the brotherhood. You see that? Again, the curses, right? The evil eye represents the destruction of brotherly love, marital affection, and parental care as people focus solely on their own survival. In the broader biblical theme, it is a picture of societal collapse and the removal of natural affection under divine judgment. There you go. Okay? So that's why these things are the way they are amongst the tribes. Okay? When too many niggas get around, there's always death, violence, and destruction, man. Okay? Like he was saying, niggas mean mugging you, plotting on you, all that, man. It's all divine circumstances, man. Okay? We would be against each other.
Brother in public and stuff and just be like, what up, though, on some respect type stuff. Y'all want to look all hard and like, who pissed you off? I ain't do it, bro. Chill out. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Step outside. Go get some fresh air. Wake up. Try it again. Because ain't nothing in life that bad to where you got to be this whole tough ass mean asshole all the time, bro. We got to do better, man. We got to do better.
When I say they did a number on us, they did a number on us. How are we ever going to come together when we assume that we are each other's enemies? I'm walking outside and everybody's, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Then the one time I come across somebody that looks like me, it's like the energy shifts. It's like a unspoken, like, yeah, chin up. Like, I mean, and me, I killed that. I killed that years ago. I don't care if you look like whatever type of image they try to pitch to us to watch out for, right? Yo, how you doing, bro? You good? I remember one time somebody straight up told me like, yo, bro, you got like a real, and I mean, dudes is always, shelled up first, and I'm gonna approach people with a joke. You know what I mean? Either a joke or just a lighthearted, interaction. And dude, he like, yo, bro, like, you really got a light about yourself, bro. Never lose that. I just looked at him. I said, bro, like, what am I walking around mad for? You know what I mean? Like, what am I walking around angry for? So I really want to know, am I the only one that is tired? Is tired of walking around seeing a brother that look just like me, and I can't first get the, hey, how you doing, bro? Hey, have a good one. When are we gonna mature into that? And now let me just say this. I'm speaking on this. This is not all black men. You know what I mean? Because yes, there are black men that I see and I'm, yo, what's good, bro? How you doing? Like, you know what I mean? There's some places black people are the only people that talk to me. You know what I mean? Head nodding and stuff like that. And that's cool. But to my brothers that's still stuck in this mindset of looking tough, this video is more so for y'all. Let me be the first one to say this. The dude that looks the toughest is usually the most scared. Why are you trying to look tough, be tough when it's time to be tough? But instead, you're trying to be you're trying to scare you're trying to be a scarecrow. You're trying to scare people away before it could even pop off, because you're actually scared. It's the man that can fight the best, shoot the best in the room, is the person in the room you would least expect it. Because he's not trying to fight. He's not trying to get into an altercation. He don't care for none of that. He respects fighting and he respects gunplay. So he just wants to go home. But he's probably the best one at both in the room. So looking tough gets you nowhere. Know what I mean? If you feel like you're in a place where, well, if I don't look like this, then you shouldn't be over there, bro. You just shouldn't be over there.
Let me get something real quick. So again, like I was saying, the post effects of slavery, all right, that program self-hatred. Let me pull this up too. Okay. This is from numberanalytics.com. It says the historical context of self-hatred, the transatlantic slave trade, and its dehumanizing effects. Let me make this bigger. So it says the transatlantic slave trade was a system of slavery that forcibly enslaved millions of Israelites, tearing them from their homes and families, and transporting them to the Americas under brutal conditions. The slave trade was characterized by extreme violence, cruelty, and dehumanization, with enslaved people being treated as commodities rather than human beings. The trauma and brutality of the slave trade had a profound impact on the mental health and well-being of enslaved people, laying the groundwork for the development of self-hatred. All right, this is why niggas are the way they are. You know, it's not all of us, but you know, it's a good portion. Okay, so I'm just focusing on, again, the self-hatred. You know why? You know, when Jake get together, it's always some type of drama and chaos, man. You know, a brother's, how's it go? His eyes should be evil towards his own brother, you know? So just pull this up in the summary real quick. Because when I saw, you know, the first, you know, few minutes of the video, I was thinking about that, you know? It says, historical context of self-hatred and slavery. All right, the transatlantic slave trade we just read. Mechanisms of dehumanization. Dehumanization was systematically enforced through physical violence, forced labor, cultural erasure, and forced separation of families and communities. Tactics of slave owners. Owners intentionally eroded the self-worth of enslaved people by denigrating, how you say that word? Denigrating their cultural heritage, enforcing dominant culture norms, using psychological and physical violence, and creating internal divisions to block unity. All right, and these effects still hold on to our people today. You know, psychological impact, produce severe trauma, feelings of worthlessness, shame, anxiety, and depression, creating intergenerational trauma, passed down to descendants. You see that? Creating intergenerational trauma passed down to descendants, man. These are the post effects of slavery, bro. This is why niggas are bugged out, ready to crash out, always angry, you know, zero self-worth, you know. It says the legacy and perpetuation of self-hatred. Ongoing modern effects. Historical trauma continues to impact descendants today. See? Historical trauma continues to impact descendants today, manifesting as poor mental health outcomes, low self-esteem, identity confusion, and relationship difficulties. All the shit that you see Jake suffer today. You know, you see the so-called black woman, she out her goddamn mind. Okay? She act like a straight up nigga. You know, she ain't got no class, no self-worth. You know, right along with the man. You know, poor mental health outcomes. Okay? Our people are gone. Matter of fact, the scriptures say that in the same chapter, in Deuteronomy 28 and let me get it. The Lord said that you would have an astonishment of heart or something like that. Let me see. I know it's like earlier on in the chapter. You would basically, you know, you would be out of your mind. Right? Deuteronomy 28. It's like he said he would be an astonishment of heart. Bear with me. If I can't find it, we'll read on. But again, it's all the curses, man. Deuteronomy 28 and... Hold on, we're going to find it. Deuteronomy 28 and 28, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. NLT, the Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. Okay? That's all. Hey, that's that trauma. Right? It says, yeah, that was the one I was looking for. But yeah, you get it. Let's read on. It says, role of systematic racism. Modern systematic oppression reinforces historical self-hatred by perpetuating negative stereotypes, limiting access to education and employment, and suppressing the cultural heritage of communities of color, which Esau did. Micah 2, right? Just thinking out loud. Micah 2 and 2, right? Micah 2 and 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, right? And this is what Esau did. Okay, he robbed us for our heritage, man. He gave us a new identity, a new culture. All right, this so-called black culture. You know, Jeremiah 17 and 4. You know, this is a people that's robbed and spoiled, the scriptures say. Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. All right, a long period of time. So we lost our heritage. We were called by another name. Okay, we were stripped from our language, our identity of who we truly are. Okay, and these are all the effects of that. Addressing historical trauma. Healing requires recognizing the ongoing impact of slavery, acknowledging the role of systematic racism, providing reparations or redress, and supporting community-led recovery programs, right? So yeah, that's the point, man. You know, again, you would be hated by everybody, even your own people, you know? Let's see what else we got.
But we in Publix. How you doing, brother? All right now. Keep it pushing. Real quick, I want to give a special shout out to my subscriber. His Instagram is FathRito. Let's get back to the video. That's it.
The back. Especially when you're dealing with, I feel like it's the most effective using fiery language. That's the only way people know you're serious off the bat. Especially when you're dealing with an avatar like this. When you melanated, they don't want to take you serious. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a You know what I'm saying? You gotta put extra emphasis on shit because they want to devalue you. They want to gaslight you. You know, put you in a predicament where you looking crazy. So you either finna get gaslit and not finna get heard, or you gonna fit into the box that they made for you, not give a fuck, and be heard. Or maybe it's another answer. But them the answers I'm coming up with.
Now he's getting deep into where this comes from, and I appreciate this. I really like this conversation right here. I started a little bit of it, but you know the group conversations kind of always set it off. So let's hear what these brothers got to say. On the screen it says, "I see a lot of black men who are angry. They don't know the reason why they are angry."
I see a lot of black men who are angry. They don't even know what reason why they angry sometimes. I went to
angry, bro.
bridal shower. And dude,
Yeah, real quick. But see, we know why. Okay, it's the curses, man. Let's go back. Same chapter in Deuteronomy 28. We know why Jake is angry, right? It tells us that Deuteronomy 28 and in verse 20. Let me go down. Deuteronomy 28 and 20. It says, "The Lord YAHAWASHI shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me." Right? So you would be angry, stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, jacked up because of the conditions that you're in. You know, looking mean, right? NLT, the Lord himself will send on you curses, confusion, and frustration in everything you do. See, this is why niggas are angry, ready to crash out all the time. Until at last you are completely destroyed for doing evil and abandoning me. So the Lord really jacked us up. Okay, when the Lord put these curses upon us, he did that, man. Okay, and the Lord said that these curses would be upon us for a sign forever. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 45. "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he had commanded thee. And they should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever." All right, to this day. Okay.
tough for no fucking reason. Hey, bro, we had a bridal shower, bro.
Right.
It was a engagement dinner, not a bridal shower. Why are you acting so tough? Like you tell me there's no part in your body or your spirit that can be happy for a moment? A stigma we used to have on each other. Used to shackle each other because we were afraid to be certain ways.
Yeah.
Yes, nigga, I watched Step by Step. Who didn't?
Boogie Nice.
I watched it all.
Kelly Kapowski, yeah. Topanga.
Yeah, Topanga, where you at?
I ain't watched that shit. No.
Man, I
What?
watched all that shit.
Bro, stop. I see a lot of black men who are angry.
The fact of the matter is, everybody didn't come from this traumatized background, street life background. Everybody's not from the hood. I mean, we are allowed to be into other things other than basketball, football, fighting, and girls.
Yeah. So you can watch the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make the point on that. You know, pretty sure it's a good video. All right, we did about 9 minutes in there, 10 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. But again, that's the as I was saying, that program self-hatred and the curses, man. You know. But anyway, I pray that this lesson was edifying, and shalom to the next one. Shalom.